This is my channel about cross stitch, Flosstube number 9. It's Friday, August the 2nd. I never can remember the date, and I can't believe it's already August. If most of you, I don't even know where July went. Last time I filmed was June 26th. It's about a month. As I kind of mentioned, I'm not on any set schedule. I work, I have a house, I have a family, so I'm just like everyone else. We are all busy, and this is kind of my extension of my crafting and my hobby. So I kind of film when I feel like I have the time and I'm not too discombobulated. Probably still am, but I'll try my best. It's been a busy month. A recap of the month, let's see. I do have to look at my calendar to kind of figure out what the heck has been going on. So for me personally, I was full-time work from home. And then I think the week after July 4th, they started making us come into the office 3 days a week. Luckily, my office is pretty close to where I live, but it's still 3 days a week of just getting used to being back in the office, to not working from home, to have those interruptions in the office, which is very interesting for me. It's just a different way of working that I'm trying to get used to. Again, I'm only going in 3 days a week to the office. I've been trying different days to see kind of what fits with my schedule, what I like. The good thing is no set schedule. If I want to come in Tuesday one week and a Wednesday the next week, whatever I need to do to get those 3 days. Luckily, I do have that flexibility, which is nice in case I have something going on in the house or have an appointment. I can kind of work around that. So it's just been trying to get used to coming back into the office. It's been very busy. It's always busy, but it's been especially busy. We've gone through some reorgs at the office, and so it's just trying to find your footing in change. Change is part of life, right? But it's just trying to get used to that. Not bad. It's not that it's bad. It's just different. So I've done that. So I was in the office 2 weeks, and then I was on vacation the week of the 22nd. I met some friends in Lebanon, Ohio, and we stayed at the Golden Lamb and just had some stitching time together. It's a small group. The town is really, really cute. We had a good time. We had just one of the rooms at the hotel that we could stitch in, so we kind of just came and went as we pleased. We ate at the hotel, which is the Golden Lamb, a few times, which was good. And then there's tons of little restaurants within walking distance, which I love that when you're in a town that has, little places to shop, good little restaurants, so you can just kind of break off, do what you need to do, and enjoy it. So that was fun. Had a good time. So I drove to Ohio last week on Tuesday and then drove home on Sunday. And then it's just been back in the office, trying to catch up from being gone a week in the office, and it gets really busy. So unfortunately, I haven't had a ton of stitching time, but I do still have some finishes, some things to show you, so don't worry. It's not just going to be me blathering on. Nobody wants to hear that. So that's kind of my recap. Again, thank you everybody for your comments last video. That was a hard video for me. Having lost Jen, there's so much more I wanted to say, but I'm not going to go into that. But I really, really appreciate all the kind thoughts, and the nice words that everyone had to say, and all the support that I always get. It's amazing to me, this community, and what this community can do just to help you get through some hard times. So I appreciate that. So I do kind of have a recap of what I'm going to be talking about, of course, because I always have to make notes. I am going to do one of my designer spotlights. It's not a large one. I'll go ahead and warn you, some will be small, but and then if some point in time, I'm just going to have a miscellaneous one, maybe by theme, because I have a lot of one-off designers that I've stitched. As I've mentioned, I've been stitching for years, since I was 25, and now I'm almost 50. I'll be 50 next year, so 25 years. and I've been collecting that long. So, you know, if I show things that I'm interested in, I understand that I'm not going to get all of that stitched, guys. I know I have haul. I know I have a lot of projects, but I don't feel overwhelmed about it. So I hope you don't either. It's just fun. It's just, you know, like I said, this is my hobby. This is my joy in life. I love to stitch, and hopefully that comes across. And I'm definitely not an expert on any of it, but I just have a good time and go from there. So we'll get started. I talked for 5 minutes about myself. That was pretty good for me. Okay, so when I was in Ohio, Jan Calvert, who is one of the finishers for Keepsakes, if you want any finishing done by Keepsakes, you just contact the store and they'll work. They have 2 finishers, or 3, I think. They'll work through what you want done and go from there. So I've taken some stuff to StitchCon and dropped it off. So I dropped some stuff off with Susan Coates, and I dropped some stuff off with Jan Calvert. Kind of split it up so I could have, I didn't want to give them everything. I mean, they're both beautiful finishers, but I didn't want to get, oh, you know, here's 10 projects to Susan and 10, you know, it just was a lot. So I just kind of split up what I had. So I do have those finishes, so I thought I would show those. So the first one is with thy needle and thread. Be prepared. I say a lot of words wrong. It's okay. With thy needle and thread, Witch's Night Out. So she just finished it in a square pillow for me. Added the chenille rickrack. I love how this one turned out. So cute. And then, so drop it into the camera. This, she did this. I love this backing fabric. Give me all of this. I love it. It's so pretty, but goes so well with this piece. And I just gave her a free rein, you know, do what you want. And then this one is Hobby House Press Prancer. So stitched this one. She finished it with a green chenille. She did this great like quilting on the back of this. I love that. I don't have any pieces finished like that. And then she put this really cute Peace on Earth kind of little charm on the back of it. So that quilting is fabulous. Then I have Witches, again with that needle and thread, Basketful of Autumn. I'm a big chenille girl. And then she put these adorable kind of vintage pumpkins on them. I love that fabric as well. This is such a cute design. And I do have like the other basketfuls. I've done the Christmas one, but I have not done the patriotic one, and I want to do that one as well. And then I took her this one. So this was from Hobby House, their retreat last year, Scarlett House. What was the name of the retreat? I can't remember. But it was in October of last year, and this was a small that Scarlett House gave us. And it said, home is where my samplers are. So since I'm not, I mean, I stitch samplers and I love them, but that's not all that I stitch. I would not call myself like a sampler stitcher, which don't call yourself anything. But I just changed it to home is where my stitching is, because it just kind of fit with my aesthetic a little bit better. And then this was over one and it was all filled in, but I kind of left that out. I was lazy. But I love, she finished it with this blue chenille, and then this was the backing fabric they gave us, but she did that same quilting technique on the back. I'm going to be laughing at myself a lot tonight, guys. I'm so glad I can laugh at myself. And then the cute little charms and buttons. So I hope you enjoy those. I think they turned out so cute. Love this one. I'm so glad to have that fully finished. And this one has like a sawdust feel. But God, is it cute. So, okay. I will definitely be shipping more off to her soon. So those all turned out great. I do have some finishes. So as I mentioned, well, I didn't mention it, but I just have finishes. So kind of I love these size bags from Como. These are from Como Stitches. They're like the smaller project bag and they're great for smalls. So of course I had to put the grand old flag in this one. So I have stitched pillow 1 and pillow 2. Love how they turned out. I'm going to show them to you. I stitched those. So I have been trying to keep up with Stitch the Summer Olympics that thenaptimestitcher is posting. So she has it all on her Instagram. She has the prompt. She has she's done a great job. Has all the information. I know she has a Flosstube. So, I think she has a Flosstube. I don't know. Again, forgive me for anything that I say that's wrong. But with that needle and thread, so what I did was for the first 2 nights, the first one was either a start in 2024 or a new start. That was the Friday night, the opening ceremony. And so I started pillow number 1, which of course I forgot my board. But I did this on 40 count, the call for creme brulee with the call for threads. And I had seen Periwinkle Stitcher had just shown this in her Flosstube, and I love this design. And, I know a lot of people are a little bit hesitant on the kind of really, I think it's like a teal color. I can't remember what it's called in the pattern, but I love how it turned out. I love the colors in it. So that was the first night. And then I stitched for the next night, which was a patriotic piece. I stitched pillow number 2. So again, with a needle and thread, and I didn't finish one for every night, but with a needle and thread, grand old flag, pillow number 2. I have not started pillow number 3, but I hope to soon. And I'll go through the rest of what I've been stitching for the Stitch the Summer Olympics, but that's kind of what I have done so far. Now, I did stitch a couple other pieces before that started. So this is out of print design. Let me get to this. Sorry guys, I should have put these in order, but this is the primitive needle. It's an out of print design. She no longer designed. She passed away, unfortunately. But this was the primitive needle Halloween. And I had seen this at Stitch On a couple of years ago, and I just fell in love with it. A friend let me borrow the pattern. It's already going back to them. But this was the called for threads, and I did this on 40 count needle and flax hawthorn. And I love how this one turned out. Hopefully you can see all the detail. I think it looks great on this fabric. I love hawthorn, so love how that turned out. So that was the first one. And then I did, this is in no particular order, but I did, I had a whip of Hello Fall. So Hello Fall is Plum Street Hello Fall. She has like Hello Summer, Goodbye, Hello Winter. I've done winter and summer, and I've always loved fall. So I had started it last year at the end of the season. So it was one of my carryover whips from last year, but I literally had like the outline of the moon, and that was it. So I started Hello Fall and wanted to go ahead and get it finished. So this one is on Lakeside 40 count light exemplar with the called for threads. And I love how this turned out. I love these designs. I love the white pumpkin. I love a white pumpkin. Don't ask me why, but it's one of my favorite things. But again, that was on Lakeside 40 count light exemplar with a call for threads. I was trying to work down through my whips and then I got distracted with some new starts. We all know how that is, right? It happens. I'm pretty monogamous, but sometimes I do get a wild hair. And then the next one again was a whip that I had started this season, end of last year. I have done Salem Sisters 1 and showed it before, but this is Plum Street Salem Sisters 2. And I love how this one turned out. the call for was 36 count vintage Palomino by Lakeside. I had 40 count, so I used that with the called for threads. But it's so cute. Love that witch up at the top and the little cauldron. But it says, sisters of mine, your rope shall they twine, round our necks till be gnarled and a squeezing. Yet we have no fear, for our justice draws near. Where they're going, it won't be a freezing. So I've always loved that design. Only one I haven't done is Salem Sisters 3. I hope to get that one in as well. So those are kind of my finishes that I've had since we last talked. And then I do have some whips. So let me go back to this calendar. So as I was kind of working on before I left for a vacation, and I have it in, I don't really put the project in, but so people kind of laugh at me. I don't really fold up the project unless I'm traveling and put it in the bag, but I do have all the threads and the pattern in the bag. So I just leave them laid over a chair and I grab them as I work on them. It's just my preference. But Plum Street American Sampler, I have been working on this for Hollis Hands Summer Stitch Along, I believe. I mentioned it, and it's a lot of people are stitching in it, but I had started an American Sampler, so I was working on that pretty exclusively before I left on vacation. So I did get some of it done, which I'm really happy about. I'm loving this chart, and I'm going to get back at it. So the challenge is you started it on Memorial Day and you finish by Labor Day. But I love this design. So I've kind of come down, got a lot of the house, I got the whole house done. I've gotten a lot of the tree done and started working on the people. And I'm thinking this will probably, so tonight's prompt is, I think it was, sorry guys. So tonight's prompt is more than one person. So I think I'll be either stitching on this or another whip that I have that I'm going to show you here in a minute. Try not to start really anything else, but American Sampler, it's done on 40 count Dolly Madison with a call for threads. Love this project. Love the house. Love it, love it, love it. So hopefully my challenge is to get that done by Labor Day. If I stop getting distracted, I would have it done. We all know how that is, right? So I finished that one. And then again for the Stitch to Summer Olympics, we had a challenge for Tuesday, which was water, and then Wednesday was round. So I did kind of a twofer. So these are all in this really cute little needle and hoop handmade bag that I got, trick or treat. I'm really feeling fall and Halloween, which when am I not? But I started for this challenge, I started Stranded Jacks by Plum Street. And I'm stitching this all in one long piece. So you have the options, I'm not showing the chart. You have the options to kind of stitch them all in one long piece or to stitch them as small, and then she finished them on hornbooks. Both are adorable. I'm gonna do the one long piece. And I stitched that one on, I'm stitching it on 36 count Lakeside Vintage Pearl Barley with a call for threads. And I don't have much, but hey, I got water and around. That was the challenge. And I can't wait to get back to this one. Talk about a fun stitch. I've always wanted to stitch this piece, so I'm really enjoying it. Next was before the Summer Olympics started. When I first got to Ohio, I started 2 new pieces because I'm on vacation. That was my excuse. So the first one I started was Plum Street Boney Bunch. So I started it on the darker fabric, which I love, but I was using a 40 count, and there's a lot of over one in the faces and in the pumpkins, and I was just having a really hard time seeing it. It's my own, issue, but I love it on the dark. But I was like, okay, so I really want to stitch this. What am I going to do? And I knew I wanted to stitch this one for fall. So what I did was I changed this to 36 count Steinbeck. Is it E, not an A? 32 count Steinbeck by Needle and Flax. 36 count, not 32. And I did have to change the grits to Snowball to make it a little wider. Now, I understand it's a little hard to see, and I'm going to kind of evaluate once I'm done with it, because it is on the lighter fabric. I can always backstitch around the skeleton and the little skeleton cat if I wanted to stand out a little bit more. I think it's going to be fine though once I get done with it. But I love this design. It's so cute, and I can't wait to stitch more of it as well. And I showed you guys what it looked like. And then I had a new start. Love this pattern. So this is With Thy Needle and Thread, When Pumpkins Glow. And this is the other one. Tonight I might stitch the couple because that's the prompt. Either this or American Sampler, but When Pumpkins Glow. I did change this to 40 count Needle and Flax Thornfield. So I got little pumpkin guy started. And I'm starting on the little pumpkin girl. I kind of thought about just doing the couple and then just doing little things around them. But I decided that I think I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing. Kind of need to. But look how cute he is. Isn't he cute? So they were laughing at me. Well, they were laughing at me in Ohio because I sometimes talk to my cross stitch. Like well, before I put him up, I was like, aren't you cute? I kind of was talking to him really quietly. Maybe I'm the only one that does that. Maybe I shouldn't admit that, but hey, I do. So that one's adorable. And then I had to work on for Stitch the Summer Olympics, my oldest whip. So I have this one in this really cute Nicole's Needlework bag. I was lucky to score one of these. So this is also, so this was your oldest whip was the prompt. So my oldest whip, I think I started in like 2018. I was going to do it as an exchange and do the full thing. And then we decided just to do small. So I just did the house and the flag and did it on 40 count and turned it into a small. Turned out super cute. But I didn't want to get rid of the 36 count that I had started on. So I the 40 count that I had started on. So I just left it as a whip and decided I'd work on it later. Fast forward 5-6 years. I'm working on it. So thank you, the thenaptimestitcher, for making me work on it. But this is I don't have very many old whips. That's, like I said, my oldest. But R&R linen 40 count Abecedarian is what I'm stitching this on with a call for threads. And again, I'm not sure if I showed it or not. This is Peace, Love, and Purpose by Plum Street. So super cute pattern. I don't have a lot. I just stitched on it last night. So just started, I think I just had the flagpole. So I got some of the house done, which is good. So I like how it's looking. It's a fun one. I don't know why, out of sight, out of mind, I guess. So those are kind of my current works in progress. Now I am following along with whatever Stitch the Summer Olympics prompt is. So like I said, tonight's like more than one person. And then tomorrow is like a row or a border. Sunday's a house. So the good thing is I have plenty of whips to work on that kind of cover those categories. I'm carrying about 11 whips right now. So I can just kind of go through and, make a decision on what what I want to work on. So if anybody's joining or stitching the Summer Olympics, I hope you're having a good time. I love the Olympics. I watch it. I try to catch up on it every night when I can, but I love seeing the medal counts and watching it all. So I hope you're enjoying that as well. So I thought my designer spotlight this time, again, small, but would be Stacy Nash. So I have a lot of her patterns. I don't have a lot of them stitched. I think Stacy was a designer that I didn't really know about for a while until I started traveling to retreats or social media. I started seeing a lot more of, and her patterns are great. It's just like anything, you got to pick and choose what you're working on. So, I kind of, just do what I can when I can. But some of these are fully finished, some of them are not. But I thought I would show kind of what I had. So this one is Merry Christmas Pin Keep Drum. So I love how I think I got this kitted from Country Sampler, but this was the top and then this was the side piece. And I love any type of drum where the finisher finishes it with like the kind of long stitches. Turn out super cute, but it's very simple, but sometimes simple is best. So love how that one turned out. That was Merry Christmas Pin Keep Drum. I have this one that has not been fully finished. I need to get this off to the finisher, but this is Merry Christmas Pin Keep Kit. Again, I think I got this kitted from Country Sampler. Sometimes it's so nice to work with just one color, just to kind of go through and get it done. I'm going to get that turned into a small. Love how that one turned out. So these were an exclusive from Country Sampler. They came, I think you can only get these from Country Sampler if I remember correctly. But this was the Snowball Fight exclusive. So you kind of got it all kitted up. So this is one of them with like the little mittens and on the red. And then it had this piece as well, which again, it's very unusual, the reds on the browns or the whites, but I love how it turned out. And I think it had fuzzy thread in there too, and I didn't use it. I don't really like fuzzy thread. It's not my favorite to stitch with, but I just throw in some white. But I love how those turned out, and I gotta get those finished too. Those were called Snowball Fight. And then I've shown this before, but hey, this was Bobbin, which came out at Market. One of her animal crackers that's finished on the spool. So I finished Bobbin, and then I finished the little scissor fob that went with him. Or sorry, him, could be either. Little scissor fob that went with Bobbin. And then I have, which one's this one called? So this is Sweater Weather Short Stack. So they were 3 patterns that came. And then this again was kitted from Country Sampler. So it had the backing fabric, it had the trim and the thread and the fabric. So it was this one, this little guy, and then this one that went on the top. So it's 3 pieces, and she's done that several times, but I love them. But it's Sweater Weather Short Stack. So those turned out really cute. Then I had this one I won in a retreat exchange. I've always loved this one, so I was so happy to get it. This is stitched over 1 with tent stitch. Whoever, it was years ago. So, but this is House on Pumpkin Hill Pin Keep. Again, look at that, over 1 tent stitch on dark fabric. That's why it's such a treasure, because I don't think I could do that. Not with my eyes nowadays. I have stitched over 1 full stitches on 40 count, but that's when I was younger. So love how that one turned out. Love that exchange piece. Again, House on Pumpkin Hill pin keep. And then I've shown this one before, but hey, you might see repeats. But this is one that I got framed. This was a pin keep as well. It was the Mary Mary pin keep. It was way too much work for me not to frame it. But you can see kind of the deer and the house. All this is filled in at the bottom. I love this pattern. I love how it came out. So that's Mary Mary pin keep. And then the last, I have Harriet Brown Redwork sampler that I've showed many times. I did not get it out. It's one of my whips. It's like a long pillow. I've shown it like every video. So you guys are not going to be too mad at me that I don't show it again, because I've made no progress on it. And then it was supposed to be my 1 thread a day, and I don't really do that. So I did stitch, I don't have it, but I did stitch the To My Friend for an exchange piece. It is a beautiful, I'll try to insert a picture of it as well. It is a beautiful design. So if you're thinking about stitching these, I highly recommend it. I want to stitch one for myself. Might just say to myself. I don't know, but I love this design. Even if I did these 3, maybe one day that's what I'll do, but it's gorgeous stitched. So I thought I would show that one as well, and I'll insert a picture for it. So that's kind of my designer spotlight this time. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, I own a ton of her patterns. And you know, maybe one day that'll be kind of the things that I have from the designer that I love and I haven't been able to stitch, because there's a lot of them. So I thought I would do haul now. So I can't really remember what I showed last time. There maybe were some repeats, but I did receive, so I'm in the Stitch Folk quarterly bag. And so if you have not seen this or have not opened this, you know, look away, look down, spoiler alert. And nobody come at me for showing this, but so she's selling extra ones, so I'm hoping I'm not doing anything bad, but I love this bag. And I kind of gave a spoiler alert. So it says, I love stitching this much. How cute. This is a friend gave me this, so I just kind of clipped it to the bag. But I love the patches work of the different fabrics. And then this is the back. And then this is the inside fabric. So turned out so cute. We did get goodies with that. I'm not gonna go through all the goodies, but great bag as always. And then I did receive a few other bags. So I ordered this Sherry Sweet bag. It's Teresa Kogut, this Home for Christmas, I think, line. Patchwork bag. Turned out so cute. And then it's got the on the back, and then it's just kind of just a plain fabric inside, which is fine. So cute. Turned out really cute. And then I did again the small bags. I love this size bag for smalls. This is Como Stitches. This was her I think this was her mystery bag for this time. Little stockings. I think it was mystery. I hope so. Love the red zipper, and then it's got like the Christmas trees inside, which is so cute. And she said this really pretty green with it, Coloring Cotton Evergreen. Love that color. So I want to find something to use with that. I did get some kindness in the mail. So I had posted on Instagram that Halloween finish. And sweet lady who follows me on Instagram had this pattern. And she was like, I'm gladly send it to you. I'm not going to stitch it. I was like, oh my goodness, I would love that. I love primitive needle. You cannot purchase primitive needle except for on the, you know, eBay secondary market. So I had posted I would love to receive which. And she was so kind to send it to me. So I cannot wait to stitch this piece. Very simple design, but I just love it. And I don't know what fabric it calls for, what thread it calls for, anything like that. I'll be making a decision on that when I go to start it. And then she was so nice because she knows I love primitive needles. She included like Hallow game board, which I've always wanted to stitch and I did not have. So again, talk about heart palpitations. I had them all day. So kind. And then she sent Wicked Alphabet. Again, just, you know, can't make a girl, Halloween girl happier. So Wicked Alphabet, which I've always loved too. So, and then she sent me a Wicked Notions, a primitive Betty's, I believe, pattern. I have never seen this one, but so cute. Wicked Notions. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, it makes me so happy because as you guys all know, I love Halloween stitching and fall stitching. It's my favorite. So I did order a few patterns from Hollis Hands Creates. So I had the linen, like on the 40 count silk gauze, but I wanted the bigger berry. I really want to do this berry, and then I'll talk to you about kind of what I want to do with this one. But this is Scary Berry by Erica Michael. Such a cute design. Like when you pull this out and look at this, oh God, such a cute design. And then I didn't have it. I had Scary 2, which you guys will see, but I kind of wanted a bowl full of Scary, so I ordered this one from Hollis Hands Create. And then I love the Hello America book from Teresa Kogut. Love this new book, and I ordered that as well. So I got those in the mail. Well, I got those. So cute. Okay, and then I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit about, I think this was a new bag that I got. Again, I can't quite remember if I showed it, sorry, but it's good. It's good to show twice. My Hello America book will probably go in there. Perfect for it. But I love Halloween stitching. I've mentioned it before. I love Halloween bags. I love fall bags. I love fall stitching. You want to get me excited? Let's talk fall. I don't know why I'm that way. I love to decorate for Halloween. I've always loved it. I love pumpkins, so I can keep going. But anyway, I think you guys get the point. So what I thought I would do is kind of just go through. Oh, I guess I can show. I did also order a grand old flag. Sorry about that. And then I did order the Scarlett House exclusive Mary Finley. I just ordered the pattern from Shakespeare's Peddler Kitten Stitcher. So I got those two as well. And that is really all. Okay, so I thought I would kind of go through some things I'm thinking about. Again, I know it's a lot. I'm not overwhelmed by it. I, like to pull them. I get to what I can, and I don't get to it. It's not the end of the world. So I love this pattern. I showed this pattern that I finished it. But this was one of the Teresa Kogut's bags. Again, I don't have everything in bags, but the things I'm thinking about, I kind of do. So I love this pattern. This is Witchy Poo by Teresa Kogut. and I do have it kitted up. And then thinking about doing it on 40 count color and cotton dust, which is kind of a purpley gray fabric with some browns in it. She's got like a greenish face. I think it looks so cute on there. That's Witchy Poo from Teresa Kogut. And I'll go through, you know, the ones that I can. The next one is made by Mama Joan bag, one of the vinyl front bags. Love this fabric. And this one is another Teresa Kogut. This is Green-Eyed Kitty. So cute. Goodness gracious. And I was going to do it on 32 count Picture This Plus Cyprum, I believe that's how you say it. Now, Picture This Plus is pretty tight weave for me. So I'm thinking about just doing one thread because I like one thread. And this was the called for fabric. And I got it in 32. So, which again, a Picture This Plus 32 is like a 36. So the next one, or the next couple, is in a Starry Owl Stitchery. A Starry Owl Stitchery bag. Another patchwork bag. Love this bag. I love this fabric line. Yeah, that's the inside with the stars. So cute. So I have a couple in here. One is the Scarlett House Fall Frolic. Love that pattern. I'm going to do it on 40 count Saltbush, which is here. Sorry, that's a little messy. This is why I don't fold up things in bags. I don't see how people, they take them out of the bags and look so good, and all, my stuff looks insane. But this is the, again, I put everything in bags, so I apologize for that. I know it's harder to see, but it gives you an idea of the colors. And then I have, as I mentioned, a Scary 2, which is a Bowl Full series by Plum Street. And I'm going to do this one on 40 count Thornfield. I had a piece that was the perfect size. And then here are the colors. I'm not going to be good at this. But love those fall colors. You can see that okay. So Scary 2. And sorry guys, I have to put everything back in bags because it would be messy. I was getting ready to travel and I had a thing of threads. I was like, what do these threads go with? And so I just hung them up like on a hook on my little kind of travel roll around cart. I was like, I'll find them eventually. And it was so funny when I went to go start training jacks. I was like, where are the threads? That was the ones I was missing. That's why I put them back in the bags. This is a, who made this bag? I don't know. It's a cute bag. It's a vinyl front bag. Kind of that vintage Halloween fabric. I'm not sure who made this one. Sorry guys, I should know. This was a kit that I got, Grimm's Haunt. So, has all the fabric, all the threads. It's neat, isn't it? The finishing, trim, all the goods. Grimm's Haunt. People think I'm organized, and after this video, you're gonna be like, nope, she's not. So this one is a Sherry's So Sweet bag as well, another patchwork bag. Again, great fabric ones. And in here I love this design. This was I want to say this was like a fall exclusive that Stacy Nash did, and it had like candles and different things in the box. I don't know if you can get it anymore, but this is As the Crow Flies Pin Keep. Love that design. I think you got it from Hobby House. Yes, you got it from Hobby House. Maybe they still have it. but it came like that in a little bag, and then it had like all the fabric and the threads, all kind of. These look neat. That's just because they packed it for me. And this is a 40 count cosmic platinum linen by Dames of the Needle. So kind of a wild color, but I like it. I don't know that I've ever stitched on any Dames of the Needle fabric, so that'll be fun. Like I said, I got this little bag. And then I have one that I've always loved, and I kind of tore the, I'm sorry, I tore the picture. Yeah. But this is Autumn Cottage by Plum Street. This has now been released, but I got it as a kit on the secondary market. So super cute one. I'm not gonna pull it all out, but it's got it. It was a dying to stitch kit. So, but I got it all kitted up. Super cute. Autumn Cottage. I love throwing these on the floor. I'll pick them up right when I get done. This is another Story Owl stitching bag, her little Notions pack. It's great for smalls. So I have Teresa Kogut's tiny black and Jack. Look at that pumpkin. He's like, oh my God, that cat's like, you know, I love it. I love her Halloween. I mean, I love it all, but I love her Halloween. And then I'm gonna do that one on 32 count L again with one thread. Those are kind of the thread colors. You guys see why I don't do those, right? And put them in bags. And then that's the 32 count L. Oh, come on. That's a fun one. And then this was made by my friend Jen, one of her patchwork bags with the Teresa Kogut fabric. Gorgeous bag. And what I have in here is, so as I mentioned, Scary Berry, which is on silk gauze. And I have the silk gauze in here, but I'm not going to use the silk gauze. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch this as something to be framed, like a square piece. Because it's actually 205 by 121. So I'm going to square it out and do the haunted house with a witch. Because the other berry is very different. It's got some of the same pieces and parts, but I got all the threads. And then I'm going to stitch it on this Fiber on a Whim Heather, which is kind of a gray night color. So I think that'll be really cute. I didn't want to tackle silk gauze. Was not in the mood. So, just a couple more. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys too bad. This is a cute, this is a So Much to Love bag. Again, that kind of Halloween-y. This is one I've always wanted to do and I have not done it. But this is Boo by With Thy Needle and Thread. You can see I have it fully kitted up. But Boo with Thy Needle and Thread. Love that one. This is another Dot Dot Deuce Designs bag. One of the vinyl fronts with the Teresa Kogut fabric. You can tell I love this line. And this one is Plum Street Penny Autumn. I absolutely adore this design. I want to stitch it all the time, and then I think that those penny circles just make me go, I don't know. But I will stitch it one day. But you can see I have it fully kitted and all the thread. And it says it's contained. It looks better. And then I'm going to use the called for Wren, I believe. 36 count. That one is so cute. bag that a friend gave me that I met at StitchCon. I have a bunch of just things I don't really have kitted, but I kind of wanted to pull out and have them here special. In case I did decide to, you know, get a wild hair. What time is it? Oh, I got time. So this is Whimsy Witch Angry House, a Teresa Kogan. And these are not all kitted, but these are, some of them are, but these are ones that I have that I really like. Look at her and that cat. Oh, so cute. And then this one, this is like a kit from Bent Creek, and it's the Halloween mantle. And it's stitch big, like, but I'm gonna do it on a smaller count with just regular thread. I do have the big, but I'm just gonna do regular thread. I think it'd be so cute. It's cute like this, but I think it'd be so cute smaller. I have the Gathering Acorns, which is by Luminous Fiber Arts. Love this pattern, and it has like a classic Colorworks Belle Soie in it. So super cute. I love this one. This is Halloween Doodles by Heart and Hand. Oh man, did you guys see that Heart and Hand maker? Ooh, that's cute. I have to order that one next. But love this one. Look at Jack. I mean, Frank, not Jack. And then these are Little House Needleworks Fall is in the Air. It was 6 patterns that came out. That's part 2. Let's start with part 1. Part 1. And you could stitch them like all 6 together, or you could stitch them, you know, just by themselves. Who knows what I'll do when I decide to do them. It's always a mystery. Part 2. And part 3. This is Quaker Moon by Bent Creek. Love this design. I have all the threads, but not the fabric. How cute is that one? Another Teresa Kogan. You can see a theme here, but this is Whimsy Halloween. Love that one. This is What I Need on Thread, Hilda's Alphabet Brew. There's Santa Claus one of this that's adorable too. Love that one. This is Blackbird Designs Trick or Treat book. And let's see. Oh, Plum Street Jack's Candle Pocket. That's a good design. Such a good design. Sampler House 4. Ooh. Again, love it. Love it, love, love it. This is not really fall, but I think it's kind of fall because of the colors. I would probably do a different top on it. But with the yellows and the browns, this is a Plum Street My Garden House. Didn't mean to hit the camera or hit you guys. Again, a Plum Street Babushka's Blossoms. Look at that big pumpkin. Of course, this one. This is Plum Street Samplers Olga's Autumn Stocking. Might stitch this one when I'm 95, but it's awesome. And then a couple more. I have the Primitive Hair Pumpkin Witch. I have this fabric too. That's a printed fabric that has a jack-o'-lantern on it, and she's sitting on it. Autumn. This is Plum Street Autumn Autumn I don't know. I'm just chalking it to max it. So cute. This is Plum Street Goodness and Plenty. You gotta love these. The Scarlett House Pumpkin and Bittersweet. Scarlett House Autumn Alphabet. Love that design. Love them all. What am I talking about? Scarlett House coverlet quartz. And then the last one is the Scarlett House Death by Candy Corn. It's such a cute design. So that's kind of all the stuff I've been kind of digging through and having fun with and looking at. Again, I know I'm not going to get it all stitched, but it's good to have options, is what I always say. Where'd my notebook go? Oh, here it is. So it wasn't anything breakable, just my pen. So, you know, I kind of went through haul, kind of went through things that I like for fall. Because I always kind of talk about some stuff that I've watched. I haven't watched a ton of stuff. I just really haven't had a lot of time, and I've been watching the Olympics, kind of the recaps of the coverage on that at night. That's a fun just to kind of stitch with and, you know, kind of look up when you need to. But I did finish on Apple TV, Presumed Innocent. That was a remake of a movie that Harrison Ford was in, and it was a book. But you know, a lot of people don't want to watch the remake, but I liked it. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I watched Clippers, which, wow. Sherry Papini, The Perfect Wife. Dirty Pop, which was about the boy bands, you know, who's kind of started NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Simone Biles Rising. I like any sports documentaries, all of them. Any of them. I love them all. I watched I started Lady in the Lake. I did not make it far. I didn't enjoy it yet. I might try it again. Maybe it was just that time. So if any of you guys have watched it and love it, let me know. But and then I watched The Alkalite. I watch all the Star Wars stuff on Disney. I think they've done a great job. I did listen to a book on the way on my drive, which was First Lie Wins. Easy listen. It wasn't, you know, the best book I've ever read, but it was good, you know. So First Lie Wins. Like I said, easy listen, which sometimes is, for me, great. And then what I was going to do kind of at the end of this video, I'll probably insert some photos of Golden Lamb. And then I will, I'd done a video of like my sticker journal. I've had some questions about that and kind of show my layout. So what I did was I showed kind of like my monthly, like my journal and how I do it and how I sticker it, and then like the sticker kits that I use and where I place them. And then I showed like my monthly and then my recap page, not like the weekly stickers that I do. So I do like a monthly, a recap, and then a weekly with sticker kits. I didn't go into the weekly. I'll probably do that just later on as a high-speed video or something. But kind of that's everything that I have. Hopefully I showed you some good stuff. You know, I do appreciate everyone watching, joining me. It's so much fun. You know, I didn't get to the Flosstubes that I've watched this time. I just didn't have time to write everything down. But, you know, I really appreciate, like I said, all the support, all the comments. You know, if you like me, if you follow me, you know, I appreciate all of that. So thank you guys so much. I know there's a ton of Flosstube out there. And so I appreciate you taking the time and joining me and, you know, giving me feedback. So that's really all I got. You know, thank you guys so much. I'll probably see you in another month. You know, again, like, follow, and subscribe. If you want to know when I post a video, click on the notifications button. Sorry, I don't film on a regular schedule, but that's about all I got. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'll see you when I see you. You guys have a great time stitching and enjoy the Olympics. So as I've kind of mentioned in the past, I do a sticker journal for all my stickering to kind of log my stitching progress. So what I have is it's a B6 from Sadiesstitckers. I'll link that below. It is non-dated, which I'll show you here. This is my new one, planner. So you can see how it comes and then how it expands when you start adding the stickers. So what I thought I would kind of go through is how I kind of do my monthly planning. So what I have is I have the monthly planner, and I'll show you the kits that I kind of use. Again, this is a B6, so it's a smaller planner. And then I do weekly spreads as well. And at the end, I do a monthly kind of overview and recap. So I was going to like record me just laying down some stickers for only the summary sheet and the monthly sheet at first. And then I was going to go from there and kind of show you weekly maybe later on if you guys like this in another segment. But as you can see, I use they're all like fold with gold. With gold. So they're really pretty. And what it comes as is the kit. It comes as these two sheets, which is kind of the headers, which I'll show the month, and then any holidays in here, and then kind of these little decorative boxes that I'll sometimes use. And then I also put on the last sheet that I was showing, and then kind of your sidebar, which is here. So I just kind of lay it out any way that I want to. And then I purchased, again, these are all from Sadie's Stickers. I purchased the floral deco because I like the florals inside. I purchased the deco sheet, and then I purchased the kind of, you'll see them here, they're just the alcohol ink swatches and transparent because I kind of like that ghostly look that they have. So I'll kind of get to, again, this is the last month of my yearly planner. I did August to August. As you can see, it does get kind of thick, but I could do it January to January, but I started in August, and so that's kind of what I go with. Okay, so when you get the planner, what you get is, you'll see just like kind of like the beginning sheet, which is just where you log stuff. I use these as monthly recaps, so I'll put any finishes in here. So I kind of know, since the year for me is split up, I do list all my 2024 finishes on this first sheet. So I don't have to refer back to that journal unless I want to get like details. But this kind of gives me just the running list of what I've currently finished for 2024. And then you do buy these little tabs, like they're little monthly documentation, like so you can, know it's August. So when I have the planner, they have dated and they have undated in this size, and they have a larger size as well. Some people use the 7x9, which is kind of what these sheets are really made for, because you have 8 columns and you can lay them out, 1 box per column. It was a little bit too large of a planner for me. So I went with a smaller B6, and then I just cut down these stickers. I just don't use as many of the full blocks, and you'll see that kind of when I start doing the weekly kind of layouts. And again, guys, I'm no expert. There's a ton of great planner, this type of planner, memory planning accounts on Instagram and on YouTube. I can tell you, I'll link them below, but like shawnteplans, she does a great job, and she was the one who originally kind of cut down the A7 size to B6 to take less time planning, and it kind of worked for me from stitching journal perspective, because that's all I log in this journal is stitching. So what I do, as I kind of mentioned, is I start, and you're going to hear some quiet and some space, but you kind of have these headers that I just use to lay down to kind of, they kind of pull off and make it really easy for you. You can do free stickering here. You don't have to use kits, but I love the kits because it makes it so easy for me personally. Then I, from there, I usually always do the, let me get this one. Always do the decorative. sheet here, which is just a sideboard. She does have either decorative or checklist item in the B6 planner, so you could do it where, and I kind of wish I had done this, but I didn't, so I already have the decorative sheets, but she has a checklist where you can write things in there. So it's nice, and you can either put, you know, the decorative here or the decorative here, whatever you want to look at for, because you're really, sometimes, depending on the size of the calendar, sometimes you do the month on a Sunday, sometimes you start it on a Monday, just depends on where that calendar falls, and the layout that you kind of want. So when you order a B6, you'll get like a sheet like this, and you can see you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on it. So you can use that. These are just little scripts that she does for you. Again, really pretty. This is a gold one, a gold kit. They usually do like gold, rose gold, or silver. So you just kind of start laying it out. So I'm going to kind of get to that and kind of show you some more. Okay, for this calendar, I am going to start on Monday. It just gives me a little more real estate with the first being on Thursday. So I would like to kind of have as much space as possible. If you put Sunday, you just lose a little more real estate because you're starting with Sunday. And if, you know, the Thursday kind of comes later. So a couple things. My favorite pens are these Uni, UNI. I love these pens. They're the uni balls. I use the 0.38 millimeter, and I always use black ink for everything. I like a fine tip. These don't smudge, so they are some of my favorite. And then I actually have the tweezers in this set with the X-Acto knife and scissors. This came from Ray and Tay, and I can link that below. But again, it's just a great way to kind of be able to control these smaller stickers and put them where you want them to go. So we're going to start with Monday, like I said. And what I do is, you know, I have the real estate at the bottom. So I will use that to kind of add just a little bit of deco, florals, the ink swatches, just to, you know, have a little bit of creative freedom. It's totally not required, but it is fun to do. So I always do my days of the week first. And like I said, I either decide if I'm gonna start on a Sunday or a Monday. And then I only do that based upon like where it falls in the calendar. And then I do the dates next. So I always have that kind of laid out first. It's kind of the best way for me to know what open real estate I have. And then certain things that I want to mark, I can go ahead and get them marked in the calendar for things that I kind of know that's coming up. This type of planning is really memory planning, so it's kind of in the past. I know that sounds a little strange to people because most planners, you know, you write the day of, but with this type of planning, you can do it right away, or you can do it in the future. But as we all know, things change. But that's why you have whiteout to kind of, you know, add stuff that you need to a calendar. But I am just going in and putting the date dots first. Again, this is just the monthly spread. Nothing spectacular. You're just kind of building the calendar. And the reason I have to do this is because I have the blank planner. And I like the look of it being uniform. That's why I use kits instead of just free-form stickering. I kind of like the what I'm planning to have a theme. I started kind of with like everyone does, nothing wrong with it, but the planner that we all kind of use from a cross stitch perspective, and just kind of doing the random stickers really wasn't for me. I really enjoyed the kits. I had started memory planning again with an A7, which is a larger planner, but I had kind of had my day-to-day what I did that week incorporated with my stitching, and I had a lot of kits, and I just didn't like, you know, kind of having to look through everything to see just my stitching. So I decided, like, I think a year and a half ago, to move to the B6, the smaller planner, and then, you know, just have my stitching in there. Okay, so you can kind of see I went through, put my numbers, kind of understand what I have free. I have some space here, I have some space here, so then it just becomes creative. There's no rhyme or reason to what I do, and I'm certainly not the expert, but I just kind of do what I like. I usually look at the deco, see, you know, the deco is larger, so I do use a lot of it on the summary page, but I do incorporate some of the smaller elements, like the bow, potentially some of the birds, into the space that I have down here. As I mentioned, these are just decorative, so what I do a lot of time is just kind of cut these in half. You can do long, you can do short, you can do however you want to. But they do add just a little bit nice layering effect, I would say, to the planner. So you can see I'll kind of sometimes just put them in the free space. And I usually layer over the top of them. Again, I am not great at this. There's some wonderful, wonderful people out there that layer, you know, it's unreal what they do from a layering perspective. Sorry. And sometimes you just have to work with, the sticker gets caught and you just have to work with it. A lot of this I've just learned over time. You know, sometimes you start peeling them up and they won't come off, or they'll rip, but you just kind of go with the flow. Don't really get all stressed out about it. I'm gonna add a couple here, just to kind of put a little layering feature on that. And I think I'll do one of the birds. They're cute. I do have a lot of like stickers that I can put if I want to. I've over the years collected a lot of like, you know, decorative pieces or just small. You don't have to do that. That's just something that I have over time kind of collected, but you just kind of make the real estate where you want it to be and go from there. I kind of like these little birds down here. I'll probably just add a bow up here, and then I'll put in some gold elements from my collection. I don't have those out right now, but I'll put a few of those potentially in there. Or sometimes what I'll do is, because I do have florals, sometimes you can do like a lot, you know, the floral, but a lot of times I cut them in half. Again, kind of like I did with the alcohol ink swatches, and just to kind of give it a line, kind of like this. And the good thing about these stickers, a lot of these are movable. So, you know, if you've layered something and you kind of want a different look to it, you can pull them up, kind of layer inside. Some pull up easier than others, but most of the time they're pretty agreeable. kind of have to get that edge. And kind of just layer around. Sometimes, unfortunately, you don't know until you just add it to the piece, and then you can kind of see if it's too large or too big. Just kind of use what works in the spot. But it's a fun way to kind of use your creativity just for something different. Sometimes it's just trial and error. You know, what you like, what you don't like. I have a hard time envisioning it until I start kind of layering it down. So, as you can see, that's kind of my monthly layout. Super simple, not really complex. And then I'll go over and do my summary page for you. But doesn't take long at all. And it's just a really pretty way to kind of log what you're doing this month. So as I kind of mentioned, this is my summary page. I log new starts and finishes here, and then just some deco. Again, that's just what I wanted to capture in my summary. I've seen different planner people do different things. But so what I kind of do is I have scripts that like a company like Paper Trail Plans, they will make custom scripts for you. And then they have like, you know, monthly scripts that you can buy as well. So I just kind of choose one from my stash. And then I have a lot of these like date dots dividers that I use. And those kind of run down the side of this. So what I normally do is I kind of just like the floral from the deco sheet to kind of start. You have to be very careful with things that are they call it cushion cut, like that have like the kind of like the little tendrils or different things, not to rip them when you're pulling them off the sticker sheet. So you just have to be a little careful. So what I do on something like this, I just kind of start and create like the new start box. I then just trim the excess off. Again, these are made for the larger planner, so I don't mind trimming a little off and using what I use. And then I use like a divider down the sides. Not required, but just adds a little bit more to it. And as I mentioned, these will pull up so you can kind of add a little bit underneath if you want. I should have been smart enough not to that all the way down. No big deal. This is why I like a spiral bound, so I can kind of get with, navigate it a little bit better. Sometimes they're crooked, you just have to straighten them. And I put the other one on the bottom. As I mentioned, this kind of becomes my new starts box for anything I start this month, just so I can kind of keep up with it. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We rarely are. Tighten this up. So, as I mentioned, I have this. So I'm probably just gonna do an August sticker across the top. You can get these in different sizes, just depending on what you want. Flourishes or not flourished, and just kind of use what you got. So that was August. I will probably do cute floral just on the top here. And I'm going to add my new starts. And then, as I mentioned, I have finishes. Whoops. Dropped the sheet. Hope I don't need that one. So, a lot of time I take these larger florals, as I mentioned, and cut them. So I like things kind of hanging from the bottom. Sometimes I'll put in a little washi deco to kind of separate the two. And layering is just when you know, put a sticker on top of a sticker and kind of layer how it looks. I do try to leave a good bit of room, you know, ambitiously, that I'll have a ton of finishes. Yeah, right, guys. But, you know, I'd rather have room, and then I can always add more stickers to kind of fill up the space if I need to. But I want to have plenty of room to kind of add those boxes that I put finishes in. And you can see, like how I've done here. So I'm going to put in finishes. And then as I have finishes, I'll just add boxes to it from what I have. So nothing spectacular, but it's just a fun way for me to kind of be creative with my stickers and to put them layered in. So as I mentioned, maybe on the next video, I will do some of the monthly, just kind of time speed it up and show you what I do. But this is my August monthly. This is my new Sadie's Stickers B6 stickering journal. I do buy B6 kits stickering kits, B6 monthly kits for the month theme. And then I use the same stickers from that kit to coordinate my summary page. So that's really all. I hope that helps some. Some people have asked for that. So have fun. I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day.